Hi, it's Stephen here from Sound of Nation Wave, and this is day 20 of the April Daily Draw. So as we start the weekend, let's see what message we get. And I'll be taking the first card from the Druidcraft Tarot, followed by an Oracle card from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck. So let's choose our first card and get the reading underway. And today we'll go there. And we have the Five of Cups. So are we thinking about things we've lost in our lives that affected us in an emotional way, a spiritual connection, an emotional connection that we lost, and we're just focusing on what went wrong? And behind us here are the two cups that are standing. You've got the cups here that are overturned and empty, but you've got some cups here. But we're not looking at those, are we? The figure is looking at the whole they're not necessarily looking at the cups. They're looking at the whole emotion, the river, the water, the whole emotions of it. But they're not looking at the present moment. They're not looking at what they've got still remaining. And that's a lesson to us that, okay, there may be things that are no longer in our lives, and that caused emotional turmoil and anguish and sense of loss. But we've still got things in our lives that can give us the joy that we need, the more positive emotions. There are things here in our lives that we still have that we need to appreciate and make the most of. Because when we lose, when we have a situation where we've experienced loss in whatever form, it teaches us then to be thankful for the things that we do have while we have them, because that loss has taught us that those things may not be around. At one time we had them, and then they were gone. So what we have is not necessarily going to be here forever, and things come and go in our lives. So while we have them to experience, let's appreciate and enjoy them and be thankful for them and make the most of these opportunities that we still have in our lives. There may be things that we've lost with a chance to be involved in, and may have regrets about things we've missed out on, people we've missed out on, people we've lost through various means or whatever. Maybe they just left us and things happened in that relationship or those connections or whatever. Things are just, there are things that we loved and brought joy to us that we no longer have now in our lives. We have the memories, and sometimes when we think of the memories, that has a two-edged sword to it in a way, because one, we can remember the good times, we can remember, but sometimes that makes it worse, particularly if the loss is still recent and raw, because when we start to think of it, it enhances the feeling of what we've lost, and it can actually make the loss worse. And while we focus on that, then that just can draw up these feelings of what we have lost. Whereas maybe we need to be looking now to the future and what we have now in our lives, and how we can build on what we have still. And maybe some new things will come in then. A little caveat here, of course, if we've lost through bereavement of losing somebody who's passed away, that's a particular kind of loss, that there is a grieving process. And I'm not saying that there shouldn't be the grieving process, and it's like, like, oh well, forget about that, turn to what you still have, and get on with your life. I don't mean that in that sense. There comes a point where we do have to move on. Not that we forget the person, but we do have to go on. But there is a grieving process, and it can be different for everybody. So I'm not going to sit here and comment on that. But there are situations that we're attached to, people we were attached to, either emotionally or spiritually or whatever, that are no longer in our lives for whatever reason. And we have that sense of emotional loss. I mean, it can even be a job. We can have that feel of emotional turmoil and loss because we lost a job that we liked. But then we have to look at what the things we have in our lives that we can build on, and perhaps then some new job will come in. While we're focused on what we've lost, we can't focus on what we can receive into our lives that's new. So, and there will come a time when we can look back with fond memory without it stirring up too much of the pain of it. I mean, the Six of Cups that comes next is all about that past, almost childlike memories, isn't it, that we get? So we can once it's in the past and we've moved on, we can look back with fondness, with memories, and remember the good times. But there comes a point where we have to appreciate what we still have and move on emotionally and spiritually, and make the new connections that we need to make. Okay, so let's see which oracle card we get to go with that. Winter, take care of your needs. Because when we've experienced loss, there are needs that we have, and those things that are in our lives will help take care of us. Things that we still have will help take care of us. The things that we've lost, that's no longer there, they're not going to fulfill what we need. So we need to be looking at our present moment, what we do have, and how to build on that for the things that we need in our lives. Okay, so that is today's message. I'll be back tomorrow with day 21. Until then, thank you for listening. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all again very soon. Okay, bye-bye.